President Akufo, member will show down. Vice President, member will show down. So, Mama chasing me agent. I'm not going to shut them. What do you embassy? What do you embassy? Yes, the challenge President Akufo anytime. President Akufo, member will show down. Vice President, member will show down. So, Mama chasing me agent. I'm not going to shut them. What do you embassy? What do you embassy? Yes, the challenge President Akufo anytime.
I've never seen a liar like our former flag bearer on air. He's a liar. Say, Edubuahin, one contested because not oya. This man is a liar. Today I tell you he's a liar. You shouldn't vote for a liar. A man who is lying to have power. Wow. Won't hear the history. Edubuahin, occurred 1992. And we winning. And occurred general election. And we lose 1996. The former black flag bearer, Ejine Kumasi, Kasena Edubuahin Yare. Kufuor contested Edubuahin in 1996. And Kufuor BT Edubuahin. And the Bayer flag bearer. He was fighting to go on the post. And they did not agree. And we contested. I will pay power. We be able to mine him now to be detro and distort history. Say, Mensah, Mamon to Abama. The Gomunian. Obia man in claim so we're a liar. What the bar? We're a liar, and the people are not going to vote for him. He's not a trustworthy person. When I heard him yesterday saying that, I said, what? A presidential candidate
like you. A stupid asshole, motherfucker. A stupid asshole, motherfucker.
Wow, we're cheap. Listen, and what it comes from.
A failed lawyer. Come and talk trash. You shouldn't try. What but you came to my house at East Legon begging for common t-shirt. An idiot like you. Who are you?
Oh, you nipa. So okase bia emfa no hokora de anake say he ceased to be a human being. Oh, you nipa. Asana ya ye ne ya.
Right.
Sometimes na you feel say the party has not been protective enough. Maybe why if it's a party no anya strong, the center anya strong. And set rules no ye. I mean nipa bi tra red line yen can be anchra wo. Hadwin. But me if it's a baby edu no wo say manage. Ya manage ya
dey be do say.
Dey be do say. E china na ye wie. Iwie a enkabo munti no. Na fe ye hu se ne besi esisi ejinaye. But going forward no. Afe ne bi hu se dey say the necessity bio. Because the name say and someone nipa bi kikaye. And then this for use you tia reports in actually say and someone nipa
say compile bibiu.
Yes. And someone nipa bi kaye. I can't who be na ma you lose you. Why do we have to go back and repeat these same things? Me ebe trouble no. Me call bui. Na me nu akuma wo me fa ne constituency. Maybe I make be no. Ahmed Ibrahim and Ibrahim was honorable. The Minister for Local Government.
Local government.
Now, maybe I be no information centers no. I say ya bope. Omunyina nsema nipa ni bia keka fa baby ho no. E na bobo. Na my friend no say Ahmed na dey na wo ye wo yi. O say leader say me dey menya wi. Mo nkrofo na aka. Say be omia ye de man wontimi emu o mani onye ne kwafo ane mu ni ade ndem de ne mo maka na me de medi ho adanse a kire me nkrofo se mo na mo kasa no se ba se unim se so ni pa ne kan nya ne kro o se no ntokwa de ni formula akeka nyina aka ho me sere na me ne sere but it was serious now as if we haven't learned any lessons We go car same between be so oh wow boss na ya ko gina baby no aka asem bi na obi anwene e de akɔhye be omi akon na odidi natem. Your attention is drawn to the fact that there be one cancer nyo na asem no kra wo kan e be pa ho chewa na me pa ho chewa. If we had a strong party at the center, which is going to take a place, can you call the person to order? But yeah, baby, I be drain no. Yeah, father, sir. If we are lessons I be learning from it and going forward no. You see, ehunu prenu. Yendi ehunu prenu. The presence of the nisi ehunu. Yetimi twitwa saade no. Sometimes you must decapitate nuisance so that it do not have further procreation. I was saying to me, yes, and yes, I baby, yes, I remember.
Medasa no pay.
Miss Medase, Quenya de Mammy.
Right.
The may sorry and they make seminarium, say Chinano. And yet, and talk as him. No betray some near coach, I've been checkwa. And the more beer and Fabasa beer and ma. Nincrofoke, I shall say, I cannot pay. Propaganda, Mode ba. Hey, yes, Samira, the CKB Basi and Fama electoral area coordinators and constituency executives. Now Dr. Lulu see the checks Biaba, say Fama constituency executives ni I was appointing they want to create disaffection.
Yeah.
Now polling station for na Mokoto Abano. Modi e free mo, Modi Monkan. Almost a man crop we are checks. There's no question be any. The Mr. for say they should disregard some new propaganda na mo dey ba no some be say ngofo adwe no
right
na obi ankoto na ba asundwie mu ewia the party ni be yi no media me gese be yi Dr. Baumia ba menyanyame so percentages are making the enya on the ground but at the chebian sinu mu asem ebia na de mechi no obi asesa na adwen so me ka se meto ama Baumia de so menya ntoma no and as we can say mentuma Baumia de nanso ni akoso nyina meto ama no it could change, percentages could change kakra. I know it's be change 1-2% be but let's stay on course. Never abotre ni abudwe ento aba no nema party nani munyam no empeja ye nwene party no nye individuals that's it.
So medase enunti yemfa nunsia na part 2 no Ralph say usu ya twemangwa beja North Constituency Secretary Dr. Solomon Kwati Foucault is here. Dr. Samsanoma is also here. And ye kwa till 12 a.m. It's all about NPP's 2026 presidential primaries. Me sorry ya achimkwaba betrasi achimkwa sorry ya Kyei beba Kyei sorry ya Abu Pra beba. Then we'll be giving the documentaries, campaigns, na echna anopa 5 a.m. na ye sign ewa hano. Bashaba mame share videos yo kakra na mene Dr. Fukumu ensa metrasi na yento asoi. Mame njo we nuka.
President Akufo memma will show down. Vice President memma will show down. So, Mama chasing me agent. I'm not going to shut them. What do you embassy? What do you embassy? Yes, the challenge President Akufo anytime. President Akufo, Mama will show down. Vice President, Mama will show down. So, Mama chasing me agent. I'm not going to shut them. What do you embassy? What do you embassy? Yes, the challenge President Akufo anytime.
I've never seen a liar like our former flag bearer on air. He's a liar. Say, Edubuahin, one contested because not Oya. This man is a liar. Today, I tell you, he's a liar. You shouldn't vote for a liar. A man who is lying to have power. Wow. Won't hear the history. Edubuahin, occurred 1992, and we winning. And now, occurred general election, and we lose you. 1996, the former black flag bearer, Ejine Kumasi, Kasena Edubuahin Yari. Kufuor contested Edubuahin in 1996, and the Kufuor BT Edubuahin, Edibeye flag bearer. He was fighting to go on the post. And they did not agree. And we contested, you know. I will pay power. Obi abedi o mining now to be detro e distort history say ya. Mesra mama to abama. Because munuya Obi a man nickname so a liar. More than a bar, we're a liar and the people are not going to vote for him. He's not a trustworthy person. When I heard him yesterday saying that, I said, what? A presidential candidate
like you.
A stupid asshole, motherfucker. A stupid asshole, motherfucker.
Wow, we're cheap. And what they cancel phone. A failed lawyer. Come and talk trash. You shouldn't try. What but you came to my house at East Legon begging for common t-shirt. An idiot like you. Who are you? Respect yourself. I'm not an idiot like you.
Na fe NPP for also me kan kire wo mo se ye nia yim na konya beto na ye hwehwe ibedi korenim na odi akusa isano aye kono na ye hwe se hwan na oye nimdifo eye obi a wosu ehunu a obetim dia ko sa esa no because esa na aye ko no e o manchechire e no manjo sa ne ye ko enye sebe se ntokwa ne ye ko enye esa se ye ko kontokwa eni akase o yempe obi a na betiri mu oduru nye no ho asem na ye ka o manchechire no e die ni gina so de chechire o man ena o se ye hwe na yepe obi a ose na ofata ni di ikurenim anunti senia wo bisa no em se ebusuafo nyina ko apro ni penum no obi a ko na pro na me de mehwe ni mu ni se echina nya memma adepache yen o ma yen kwa o me ahode ne se koto abana ya ko ye no asomdwe mu no kuremu na yeti media de bia because nyame obo nipa so obo no se obo nipa no se ne nseso ti nyame di onu ni su adue obi mu pm ama obi a conscience ntia ho asem se betu fia enye na we si ti nyame ni na wo mu no ne koye ne ese ne bebo party ne bebo man no isan se enye NPP eno nko asem ne yeka NPP nipa na yi no obigina enim dia kosa na ameboa na oto busupa gusu maya nipa kono Ghana for abegina to abe president, the president of the republic or the potential president of the republic who asem na yeka ndi sa o ye bibia no adwene sa se hwan na di o man no pa e shedensa owo nimdie ewo anisuade hunu ewo nyansa na owo suahunu na owo ayebi pen egu nachi obetimi dia kire se ebia sei na metimi aye sei na maye sei na metimi aye menisu ade hunu ni ba kor ni su ene ne ban te sen yese o pe obi su ene ne ban pa ahwa ma tumi ne ma ne sika so emipe aniema mienu no be che se nipa no suban pa na so ni suban pa ni suban ye ana se ni suban ye ye hwa sa ni ma ni nyina na ye mfanto aba eno na se de make obi akona pro me so we di Dr. Mahmoud ba mi achi yakoba baby mienu na manti mi ankobi uti any water na enso minya reports no edie manti ankobi because na manya yi na minia ba ko afiri mu nti me krawo mo ebe yi no mpo kase ke bia obetimi ababi am say baby hedru no ye untimi ma nti onde wo hwe na me abehwe kire nti anu nti no omko uti any water na manti ankobi all other places many na mo minim se na esi koso ofom na mgidi se nyame Emma de Pachin, ni and I said, the Donwa in the Sono, a base are my. But in an say, be no, Abujuimu. Na yen fa ki kribiama cause ni aye no amam for hwein yen pe bibia beba na yeso NPP for call you know asem say the bonisi ko pm we don't want that so emane me for ni yen fa no kre eni asumdwe enkoto abana
right adepay ye sign adin komo bio na yetimu de money party for anante edi hu nkomo de enipa nan no awone Dr. Baumia ina na April no so akeka ene de mo pese party for church but the person ufa the Democrat ahodo na daily guy a big story on front page no say NPP flag bearer race it's Baumia it's a Baumia win delegates go for consistency experience daily graphic and so Dr. Baumia picture kesiye pa so who bears NPP's flag for 2028 let's win and rebuild for victory. Dr. Baumia the custodian NPP kingmakers to crown Baumia tomorrow. The publisher the Ghanaian publisher NPP delegates settle on Baumia. Supreme newspaper let's win for victory it's Baumia. The Meridian, it's Baumia, NPP delegates C. The National Voice, NPP delegates settle on Baumia for consistency. Metro Lens, consistency wins. NPP delegates settle on Dr. Baumia. The Source, election 2028, NPP is, Baumia is NPP's winnable candidate. The Chronicle, delegates to officially declare Baumia flag bearer tomorrow. Daybreak, Baumia for the win. The Daily Gist, who leads NPP 2028? It's Baumia's day. The Daily Statesman, NPP delegate confident in Baumia's electability. What does these stories tell you from these major newspapers?
Oh, minia say am de ye shase no ne kodu mfinfin na behwe na bia story bia ba ye say any pass me see edikan ye wo from no na aye sere because oneba say na making hene na etu na man ko ba bia na ansana no cramp no the trouble we after say investigations into the causes of our loss Ashanti region me bo chairman want to me abaso say daya nyame so no a the trouble we ni na o twa say dey bi sa engugo we dey emoden ani enyan nti yan hwehwe di esi o ma Ashanti region tea committee yan hwehwe mu you know, there was some spirited effort to denigrate the effort na ya no. For share that say into too much you. They dream pan ye into no mo ye nyina nkosi hwe. Let me say nyame a oso wontumi dan ma na yes ade no. Chama wontumi o say ishira no. Because on sinsaso na na ebe chire no. Say wontumi anye sa wa Ashanti region. Ibia nipa bi trimpa no mabose yemfa sa ne man enko yan yemfa nko yan Dr. Baumia ko mu se wono ne ma yedi nkugu no ebia nka ne te agyenhini ya de na ye no akoma pamu na de ye ne be de di pefe se enye ono
me patch on that say Ashanti region de ndie wo na wodi ani momu ye I want to believe say when your national be already and as be a portions of it does it conflict the moment here and I say
it doesn't.
It's almost the same.
It's almost the same.
Okay.
It's almost the same. Feminia ade when say see national for no cry mo shase no na am say even designing the questionnaire no anomo de kono wonim say the issue Ashanti region no on be je ehwe
question na mo
ye question na design you know it took us 2 weeks the design a question no ewie na the year man national for no so ye no say omo pese omo hwese bia na ye no ebeboa wo omo so dia and ye question no ombaji edi e kan mo dia ho na me kwa pro. The good thing is you call council meeting general secretary be maying a summary of report and content. General secretary na ngasa anso ye ne nante ye Dr. Beomia na oye sa thank you to ebi ene ne call ye no ebi a be yi nsem no ebi ebeto ho as to the causes of our loss. Ebi ene ho de she Beomia. I listen to him. Summary now the buy no like I said because the year no the idea na year no more or less say conclusions na and the follow year and yet Professor Kyei report no nko oh say German Foundation me Conrad Adenauer Foundation almost be year enhwemu omo no omo year no anye party na small omo independently and omo year conclusions no about the same. Say as to the causes of our loss. Nema nine na amuka ho asem external factors. Ebe boy COVID ni Russia Ukraine war ebe negative impact on the economy. Amuka ye ni ankasa yenso omamu nu nsem kakra be mu. So governance issues. Amuka if anything party no so emu asem party no kwa efa so yi empanimfo yi MPs ka ho presidential candidate ni ka ho any elections within the party dislocations at deba omo kaka afi omo ka electioneering campaign no so management enso ensem kakra ewu enema nan and omo ka ho asem se ema bufu bai as to governance issues and maybe oba kumasi asia obi abe catch us say one of the causes of our loss yakwan Ashanti region yakwan me ame so ame interchange it featured in the reports ni nyina and yes na buy no ese on person also obeye ama nanado dankwa kufu ado ye president abetwa ntuma mu kra say be share project na see
yeah
and me be chire ni afi our engagement with IMF ni nema no this ka sam ho ye de no na afi ade no akusa kakra and akwan be brain so na aba ne person ye afi ni enye sika mfanye ndini nyina aka make governance issues ni management of the economy. You say, if you're saying bondholders, a B, you could domestic bondholders, domestic debt exchange program, na buy, you know, into bondholders, no, you see a more haircut. Local bondholders, no, number, do ye, and pim a hangochi
800,000.
And paying for most of them middle class people.
So, Omuno. Obeka say dodo na ye obi a wa ye adwuma akwa ahomegiem ti the potential owoba a wodru or voting age and so on to say obi a oba ba akwa is about 1.6 no
absolutely owoyere abufo na ba ye no
wow
say ni baba akwa na kan ho no so koto aba 1.6 million of course obi ayi anu nyina mu no ebi wa koto aba so but most of them at the bufu uncle to Abanima NDC. I want to mount. John Mahama won by 1.7 million. Between 2020 and 2024, Omayan Twaba, Omotuaba Maya Mango Twaba, 2.1 million. 2.1 million. You see, I don't know. I inspire and say, Senior, na Dr. Beomia Kano. Yet to train you need to make kind of boomer. We can easily win the next election. Your court streaming we lost many seats. I was slim. The slim baby, you lose ye. Make a course slim no. Okay, acquire and I do dango kufuado a buying a year was slim in your manema. Maybe I want them corridor be now who say be a loose a harbor. I'll be say near Bana yeno. A coban is saying about a year to Abanoma to Abanama. Over here no elections. Ye contested by ye primaries for primaries no tawantawe by you know they were not forgiving each other and the way lose ya one in crop say and the campaign cry and come we could lose general election by a few votes about 8 constituencies and you see the core central region. What we saw was that baby contested by heated contested by Ibiano Central Region. We are 13 seats. Ibi Echenia Binya 4. There be a heated contested by Ibiano. We lost. On said Bia me say Yana me can say MPs no. Say present etiakunyaso. About one time.
Yeah.
Of course second time. I didn't in a party no. Yemu be uncontested no. The party will be uncontested. And yet formalized our constitution more.
Yeah.
I see you can't go contesting. What does it mean? Because within the party, you know who's a president, no, or more the internet contesting. Now we are how do you that's what we need, how do you sell him to the general populace? The same way, no. MP no in terms of development there. They be make us a development and MP na you. No any assemblies in the year development. MP you just go to facilitate it. It is a MP teho or teso na oye na dwuma yie power parliament. Minia constituency no ebia on cause problem bi ebia on fa no ho emforo for ya hinsem bi mu a amana be ye unpopular. That's how they call that's asem bi ani ne ho dia. E de chinchina yen koto no so aba. In the established democracies na yehwe wo mo no esua wo mo no ohene ba wo mo no MP ne tiso a ne breso a ye opin flag is oh yenkoto no so aba ye listen to recommendations from the parliamentary party. How is he performing in parliament? Or ye adwuma ye dia, then there's no contest. We be no hwe no kra wo hu no ma parliament constituency won so omo hu no what you say. Send the party yenkoto no so aba and I say send na make no e be a hinsem bi ho or the wako for mu and the party ni kura ni or bring party ni image ni kura down the send the party ni ko bi wa oba ha party no yensesa no akwa we oba parliament oba nkran ya obi hunu na de bia watwa bi omra parliament kura ni wabo asem na make hu nti ede ne kwa enye yi nti omo recommend no sa nkrofo ni bia peka se nkotom so aba enti sa dia enfie na bia we nkotom so aba na akoye siketua eni ne manema ha party no ohine ba enti omo say if we have to address issues I say hwe sa ne mani nyina reports no capture say sa ne ma no ebe ha party no eni chemu brebi ba party. We should understand this in a democracy no consensus building is part of the equation. People should accept that. Meaning build a consensus. Maybe I be drew no. Minia, ye near Tuna Saram. So we are going to contest the MPs now. How we are in Sembeba. I'm a 10-year number ni crying crab. We can't afford that. And the ye ha and Tawanta will be or say to me CSC. They build a consensus. Of course, I should say be a case by case.
Yeah.
So now you intimate resolve Sani money and say if as many as possible of the MPs are more on bit me I retained to contest the next election. What I say can be a new more to contest the next election. People should freeze their ambitions. Now you say bit me going forward. You beat me a kind of boom. I could Dr. Mahmoud, but me, I made the minimum on the elections. So what I say, it me aboying to win the 2028 elections.
For what you have seen, the one who know the what the Nipanim be what it for are demonstrating for the last 4 months. The decision by the National Council young Tuabano Ochina instead of about a year later no. How has it helped the cohesion of the party?
First of all, your shares are asking because na he I say I said that near to favor one candidate. I mean say. Oheneba ye NPP constitution ne say ye tuaba iwi ni din kugo dia within 2 years. 2 years you know, counting from say I swear in president new president na on your party ni if you in FMB no entem no within 24 months after that period no yenyi the obeda ekura no e dia call the next battle dia call esana we animu no. So there was no constitutional breach. Omo mutual constitution no omo and dia shem say in free 7th January or if you like 8 January 2025 ABC afia yesimu 6th December 2026 no samre ni nyina mu no yetimi yi de obeda kuna no e de akosa and the constitution no na e de yedwuma to be go kaso ye de ba ni mu ntema wo de ba ni mu ntema say constitution is yetimi ye from day 1 January 8th no ABC December, but of course the constitution no actually ends up say we are also we are then within 6 months. Until then the party should agree say ni and after the election now we need to investigate the causes until so dey no be you see any constitutional amendment you constitutional amendment we is a kwan be da ho say ni timi to aba no and any January 31st no until me giri say adena ye nten weboa 2023 na ikoyi nipa no ya nyini nten yi no November was it November 23rd and ye to abana 2023 November 20 na ye na Dr. Bayumia wene ye no was ne ye be budget and he was involved in crafting and shaping the budget indeed ontimi ko baby yeah appropriations parliament the passing a year I think was it 22nd December or so you see 2024 no 2024 no you see mo so na ekoto MPs nso aba ndi undimi go baby ye MPs no abato no then the president was also coming to parliament with the message on the state of the nation and the vice president no ja hona onenam. So we had to wait until we close that chapter. You could see Easter. And you see, I feel obo ho a obe si form no. Na ye May June 2024. Samre President Mahama one day o simu be 1.5 years to 2 years or in a campaign. Na ende ne yete ho. What you say? Na ye nyina anse jitu mu say na economy no maybe be seen after kakra. We needed to do a lot of explanations. That was a chance ye Ghana for. The NDC had done a lot of propaganda against us. We needed time to explain Nema to Yankro Ghana for ye. Nembrini ho. Yene wa bemu. We didn't afford ourselves reasonable time to do sa explanation be church name machere microphone. Nti mrani be ye tiano. Ebobo afena bobo yembo wososo ensem ho so chechiri mu yanya kwan chechiri ne mu ye ne de coalitions eno ka ho bi ena ama na gugu ne bayo enu nti ena party ne yense yanya we ntem senia 1998 ye ne ntem edi yi president Kufuor no yanya we nso ntem so for the president Kufuor do kra ye ni ye ben 2016 election 2014 2014 ye no what you say? And he sanity 2007 any year President Kufuor time 2007 any year no. But if you over 2012 election no time year no 2010 what you say 2 years. The side no any repeat here and this will be because say we are in terms of do na medwe ho amentiase because since first time no sana ye call position no sana aye no enti me giri say ebeboa party no say na ebe ya enei nsem keka no abedoso enti we are you need to be intentional about say conflicts that work constituencies no with my resolve nipa bi kasanti enso ntino we are also pe kwan bi so eni omo trase na yetoto niema to get everybody on board nipa nyina abebo whoever wins no achidom eyi so na be ya 2028 no aba be kono ebetumi ayemre ama party no uhiamre so be say de ya ntemi ebebo apa bibewie echine bewie no kasa krabeba whoever wins kasa krabeba echiri you allow yourself be able to me no enipa de enipa o enipa say baby as stakes no then you see raising the man no wo fa ha wo sin ha wo fa ha wo sin yes enkotie durumra eno ani ahan ewa
yeah
enti ahan ene ensan ne besia edi akobo nkrofo punu mu se omba support no e border so what you say enti okore sanye yi a ne mfe betwe no okore anye yi a ne mfe betwe no enti ajaw man kwan ma sugudi yam kakra quickly you have to reach out to him ni nyina abutuye mumra na enu achi yedi ho nkoma let's say that 6 months we are able to go into these things I feel nkona wi you know there that's animal in my resolve so that we shall have at least 2 years pa between akase the campaign
any pa mu jare bi say as a party na ya so den na party for the omo pedota ba me but abonten so fo no Ghana fo no dodo na a form for those on the street asemon sesa no
yeah I know what's the basis of that ni baby bo mutima no mukeka monsen ni baby bo mutima no mukeka monsen don't forget ye sha ase no I say when we're meeting the constituency executives and you know mudin komwa na come out clearly say overwhelming majority of the constituency executives you know indicated say yemfa papa no mrebiu no enipa na omo kasa ase mi say no omo say oh na constituency executives no omo yesen police station for the doors omo na grassroots no munko bisa omo sabo pe other people omo mpe ba omia afei only police station for that kodi nkomo what hu say do no apeba omia afei de o say police station for no yesen na munko bisa dwom for munko bisa magazine for when the cars as no kire wo when the cars as no kire wo me dey magazine ni o yes am magazine ni what you say me nim say asana me be call parliament na me workshop so what you say and I have so many friends there who tell me say man papa na ma you forget find they say wakoye research bi a agent say you better say yes drum for say look it was about biamba hanani there was this suggestion class say drum for no say enkrofo ke kasenti omra ho yemu be resisted as a baby man nkwaya sade because any general election
yeah
we a party asem so ewie what the inconvenience also the hon ko kire wo mo a different delegates na ni o mo kasa nti ejom no so ko fa ho no de any adum so ko fa ho no mu bi suggest say he shouldn't he listen to us nti wa hanko I'll tell you so ko yanga sa kasa nti bi hu difference but to me you know here say a party internal elections in the echo and the enche na yewie mu a I think at this stage in some nipa kanya no nko say some de nipa can be
so omre
say
omre dudu
ye de ne kwa wontimi wini enum ne de some de doso but you don't go out there shouting the end the delegation near church mudintia microphone some more can enya no kore shall say yantra NPP for NPP ametroba because e binum say oye kremoni we sremoni what I say nti enoma metroba no nya ye primary say kono 2023 no sana yebo nipa du na April nipa du no mu nai Christopher ba mi nkwa na yi kremoni the NPP for no ankasa na yesi empe se kremoni be di animu a
kenipa 9
no thank you man a technical knockout say masa who team what you say but rather no vote se onyaye no wo ka enkro na aka ne nyina de bomu a samunu omunu no de enkro na aka no komu de nyina bo na omunu no de nti really no na chese sasem no enya no kure afi eno ebugu in fact kuma se ha MP ba ko be ka say Christopher wa nyina say empe no there's no truth in that no me ba yi ayi omo a o ti ye fia na papa oba Ashanti Media ye fia na papa ne ko campaign no e bi am refie no be na ju 10 you come and meet asofo mpenimfo tell him say the enkrofo ka no mamunti na it's all coming from them ni pe bi na bo muti no moka na mu de e friend say enye no kre nti on their own stay focused na nyamia amodi amosom no na Christopher som no amonim say he is no respecter of persons nyamia respecter of persons and religions yi ensema no no aka Christopher say Isaiah chapter 45 we read it from verse 1 to 13 Israel for one crossum no nyame kofa King Cyrus ono no Persia ano okodi omonim liberty omo from slavery back to Israel to rebuild the city of Jerusalem. King Cyrus sana onye Israeli onye Jew
yeah
or just circumcised yami yi no edene kwa yes edwana na we de ba mi ade we Ghana new nti wono yami ntimi nyi no mfa na emedi oman anim and the answer
what does the numbers say figures are onyaye as compared to the previous elections so that omomoye argument the narration that yeah in a crew for and to amano yeah vote I expect in Sankano the last elections at say as compared to the 2024 elections.
Oh minia say be kase the crew for and to amano yes first crowd must zungu for kase zungu for
yes zungu
but say was what the zungu for beba zungu for na to amana mai again omo mo yesa no asa obudi asem siniti mo no aka otherwise say na wo ka say we be say figures no say na esichire so ko hwe the party's performance in 2016 2020 2024 year we be who say the Zongo communities no on the average 2016 na ye performance no they were around 20% of the votes that they were on 2020 about 28%. So 28%. We have for 30%. 2024 national average of our performance in the Zongo communities now I have 40%. Ohineba my catcher was say 2024 no I want to about my what they compare 2020 2.1 million na meto abamatu the enko for 2.1 million o moto abano a Zongo community se bi o
yeah
and kasa 40% nimbo enya no to all intents and purposes kibet makosoro so ohwa your best performance in the Zongo communities no 2024 they say wo di bakoro hwe figures no back utisi yom na ozo Zongo for anto abama here evidence ne say yenu ba ko so ka say maybe only one zongo station or when you are we foot. Mewa. Or no walk casano, the constituency ho. Ni Kromo, na zongo community na one, Baumia had one. Baumia had one. And the Sasa no Mokano, Nanyana Kore. I feel as you only Krum for Grand Pavana. Ni Krum Nehini. The Krum Wali. 276 constituencies are one. My catcher will say, in fact, regions in Ampo. Regions, no.
16 regions.
16 regions, no. Baby, your votes call from Ashanti region. Oh, yeah, your votes are in 2020, no. What do you compare 2024? Asoti by 430,000. Nipa and Pima Hanaya Ediasa. 430,000. And Antwabana. Greater Accra, 570,000. In the Accra ne Ashanti region, 1 million people na Antwaba. 2 regions.
Wow.
1 million people na Antwaba. And you Bomiasem. And no, he Bomiasem.
2 regions, no.
2 regions, 1 million. But in the region, one only region, you know, Northeast is the only region 1 out of 16. Amunya 2020 results no na mutumi san pagye mu kakra Northeast region on pagye mu I think 20,000 entire region no about 20,000 na ohwe the constituency wale constituency 276 constituencies in Ghana no emu 14 and against 2020 results no Omubus ni pagye na 14 no e bi dey 1% o pagye mu by 1% b 1.2 b 1.5 there's only one constituency was scaling over 15% 25% wale constituency is the only one Baumia's constituency do you because the crew for aba mano ano kwasem bi eni you say constituencies are yawone since our parliament you know and also chair constituencies are no as a presidential candidate no we and teachers are popular and also no and kwasem bi eni it happened and the crisis has been see constituencies our parliament 88 no I started with as say about 87 no anyamia boy Supreme Court ebuama
Pandai
Matthew Nyindam nti ya retain the seat na 87 eno minia na omo season do so chen on constituency o win what you say now this is not the first time assassination President Kofo time ye ko parliament 1996 election no they call parliament 1997 no President Kofo gina my no oko here results na Kofo consensus o winning no yen see say nya they call parliament some na 61 no President Kofo wenya sa I think he won in 55 constituencies but yen 61 they call parliament but ni nyina echi no party ni nya gidi wo mu no I am an call be uno. We need the next succeeding election. Ebai. In fact, 2000 by 2004, 2000 by 2000, 2001 were by a swing in 2004 about one. You try to here, no. Kofo as a sitting president. Constituencies are winning, you know. Na isha a chain constituencies are young NPP. The core parliament.
Even as a sitting president.
So I'm just saying, says Animano, and yet first time I see. Ekufuado 2008, Ujina ye, Kaka Crazy a winning against Mills.
Yeah.
Kaka Crazy a winning you. Now, so Caesar in your parliament, net also check Ekufuado there. Even that, net also check constituency, Ronaldo, a winning. 2012 the same thing 2016 Ekufuado be winning ye call parliament ye 169 seats no the number of seats Ekufuado winning ye then candidate Ekufuado winning ye e be ye president you know was I think around 150 about 1960 na yɛdɔɔso kyɛn no nti deɛ ɔmo kafa Bawumia ho no nua ɛnyɛ nokorɛ sɛ this is the first time I see yɛsɛ the performance no dubu ahen wanya adeɛ nti na yɛyii no nti wɔn nso wanya adeɛ a yɛnyi no ɛna dana mɛkyerɛ mu a am sɛ kyɛma wontumi ɛkɔkan bi a ɔmɔkyekyerɛ asɛm de kɔhyɛ
Dr. Bawumia
no dubu ahen yɛtɔ aba no yie no he had 30% 1992 but the party rejected it party no rejected it say yɛn ya wene na Rollins ne NDC na kyinkyim yɛn nsa ɛna ma yɛkɔtwerɛ stolen verdict what you say enti adubu ahen wankɔ bio no na nyɛ on account of his poor performance the party insisted say adubu ahen had won they said ne revisionist bi modern day revisionist because adubu ahen wanya de ntina ɛsesa no wanya no kresa
yeah
adubu ahen's loss to Kufuor sɛ de mekyerɛ mu ne sɛ nea kyɛma wontumi ɛnso kaeɛ no na ɛkɔ animu no na hoɔden ɛhwehwɛ kakra a na meka sɛ I think it was late 1994 a ɔkɔ ɔba Asante ɔkɔ sirema probɔ a ɔbɛduu ha ne ho dodoɔ no a wantumi ankɔ ɔda ha 1 week I'm sorry da ha na ɔtwe ma doctor for hwɛ no ama unya apomdin then ne yere Auntie Mary be fa ne kɔ back to Accra the 1995 no ade wa hena ne movement ayedin kanu ka ho bi ene ma se wantimi ankɔ rounds ni yie President Kufuor was very active on the ground post 1992 no or very active on the ground.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this to take anything away from the victory of President Kufuor. He worked hard after 1992 and the man among for Jide Umwa a traban a demand. What you say? Even that, you know, President Kufuor 39% 1996. And some people's argument was that Madubo Jai Maduba Henko, yeah, Kaduba would have won. A history wouldn't mean evidence.
Yeah.
So Okoya would have won. I can independent be a canasa. What you say? But they were saying they do in good will no won and Kufuor who know in the Maniema. Kufuor from 39%, no. Oko winning you. What you say? But if I do 39%. If I could 40, I do 30%, could 39%. No way, so about 41.7. And then you be because the performance is the West. Now when you're popular, and when you bounce as and also, and you're not correct. And they be them say, oh, baby, I'm not a good father. Who could deny, you know? 2020. Na say, oh, what by now the above from Saudi, and I can say, oh, why not the cry? But I see. In politics, no. So in politics, no. Senior city, no. You can swing down, pa. Rollins against Kufuor. In 1996, I'm making as a President Kufuor 39%. Rollins had 57%. Do 2,000 mils a buy, you know. And second round, they acquired Kufuor in year 56 against Mills's 43 point something percent, almost 44%.
Leap. From 39
swing down. Rollins 57%. A commercial what is about 44%. What do you say? A good father in a fair say 2020 no. He won also you know 1 million no. That's what 500,000 and then my the seats also tear from 169 they swing it down to 137 plus 1. What do I say? Its margin of victory then came to about 52%. So 52% are swinging about 41.7, which is close to 42%. Ultimately say in comparative terms, no, let's just say Bawumia cry at HMLs. and I say we can say the same performance.
Yeah.
But Mills from 44%, the following year no about 1% in the net also. Only Akufo-Addo call second one. Only Akufo-Addo call second one 2012 no. John Mahama buy no. On say any the call court no.
Yeah.
Very much now. What I say? And in Tino, near me person make sure and say, "Ye ma crime bill, Emma Papa no ba," just like it happened to President Kufuor, Mills Akufo-Addo no. It's possible that he would win for us. Let's not forget, say, in fact, will be our first time since 1982. In fact, will be our first time. Everyone winning it. Rawlings about first time, but not so. As the sitting president, what you say? I said the Mahama sitting president in 2012 or the winning. Otherwise, so when you president, I was so dear. No person has come first time and won. John Mahama, more or less, we complete Mills term, or Banadi, no, and a Akufo-Addo, a Bichano, no, by 1 million votes, no. What you say? And it's a way, Abasa, we can bounce back. By bouncing back, I say, send your maker, no, we should, it doesn't mean, say, it's not easy. It's not going to be easy.
Right.
It's not going to be easy.
Dr. Bamiana wa pray. Adeba kwa kan wasem say reporter momoye from the region national there no identify as one of the reasons e ma elusu yi anase enya that voter apathy no eye ebufu a ebaye na they contribute to ebufu no eye edidija. He has tried say the solution to that ebeba and then equitable distribution of appointment say aban party ne ba mu ekwan fa so a ye ma appointment no so wadi hu nkomo and so say na mo be sia ma eno no aboa party no ene Ghana fo nyina na application be say say ayi party no president bia NPP bia aho de ngina party no so se party no anwinwi wo mu a unkunimdi no be den ena no ka say ye hwe say ye ba aban mu a ye betimi aboa amasa anwinwi na firi ho na nipa bebre na mo ka say abufuo de ne doso na wose de di kan na edidija abufuo ni bi ene sa domestic debt exchange program ya kan ho say abufuo ni bi ene akwan a ewo omanim bebre ya ntimi anye nano na yeko manson kwanta ye free saying junction ho be kwai junction kwanta na ye fa epoano ekwano kuruwe mu akwan ye nam so an ye dikosi manso adubia ye du hono o kan sembi o say he feels embarrassed me na tikemu as leader I feel embarrassed yes traversing this road also feel so embarrassed na me ba nyame ya adom na se me ba roads dey me priority no na this road in particular was it in EBB many of the Ashanti roads are in such poor condition. Now you call north in the region. Aba, I call northeast, you call Savannah. I could see say a hono roads no be roads be a me far so about 10 years ago say in the city and now you call you say in city no. Just say manager say eh go for do aban be adwuma pa o ne ne dey timi lusu sa sisi say na me work an you come to Ashanti region here you if you main road now branch here na say e bi akofa no enye papa nti I say timi ye sa ne ma no enyina na say ne wo kan no eno
ɛna wɔkyɛ sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ ɛtumi yɛ saa constituency budgeting no a ɔka no wɔsi sɛ wohwɛ yɛ national constitution koraa mpo no a saa na kyerɛ o
saa na wɔsɛ nkɛyɛ no
saa na wɔsɛ nkɛyɛ no sɛ wohwɛ yɛ national constitution a ɔne ba article 35 I should think article 35 of the constitution 36 article 36 of the constitution eka asem 36 clause 2 was the state shall in particular take all necessary steps to establish a sound and healthy economy whose underlying principles shall include now ba dina or say undertaking even and balanced development of all regions.
Even and balanced
development of all regions and every part of each region of Ghana. The parts of the region, you know, any districts, you know, any constituencies, you know. And then the constituencies need to be a co-terminus with a districts, you know. What do I say? Intino will say every part of each region, and in particular improving the conditions of life in the rural areas, and generally redressing any imbalance in development between the rural and the urban areas. Your development, a man in Puntu, no, a jina. Your budget be answer if you come in Cromabreso. Ministries and departments, no, and ministry be had ni na semi hiaba o de akoma Ministry of Finance na Finance Ministry afre wonom to justify the entire this proposal na baso enfa budget ni mu the ministries no omonye constituencies in the districts na yes ensure even and balanced development no what you say and that is why he's proposing say look we should change this paradigm
constituency based budget system
constituency based budget system na yenti wonom nye ministries yenti the constituencies no ka what you say na ye ne saa na afi no bema ye hunu say we nu here we of course ebia our listing name be num no abane be hwere ni kentemu ehunu say no sika yi de ndimi so neme nim nti ne yemfa one yi ne yenya no afi we ema constituency no this constituency didn't aba. And once you do that, it will mean say every year no there will be something going on in every constituency. Constituency bit may identify say and for so many budget in afi in what I say and was say sadina obey no if obema the procurement of goods and services I beko saadi ni muno waso bema constituencies na
local people
yebeka ho the local contractors be the supply of goods and services just bia ebro mo capacity so and this idea was a cow so ye na sa adwuma no ho then what the local contractor na ka ho wia obefa enipa ho no ma ye adwuma no so if it is physical structures be no more ye kwan ye dan ye sisi a nipa na ho no mafa no more ye what you say ndi we are mpundu na koso ho sika no aka ho adwa no nso aka ho na mo bia nya aban no ho mfaso that is going forward na sana wo se hye nema emano ye so na since independence ye nya ne sa ndio constituency ana say this is be o ha bia be 4 years 5 years na onya aba no ho mfaso bia and no nema enkrofo free enkrase ye be kuma se be pedwuma obra no edwuma bia ni ha ade ensa na mo de da basabasa enen kran ni nyina chima ko hwen kran ti no edu anwumre na wo fa circles mo a then you see ni pa mo de da bridge under bridges no insuo twa na ayayre hosem ntiminia we should recalibrate your development send your OCC and reformulate nema na ema mpundu ayehwa ama amanfo no ehwa ama oman no etimi aba no senia esi ahwe no na every part of the region afei yetimi develop no yi ama obi a timi anya ne ono nso ese no amanti ko region bi te se bia ko America no mo beko state bia no bibi koso there's something that you can identify with that state omobeye what you say and that is going forward no what we should be doing.
The database welfare system
no and the constituency for nasem say aban ibiba omuna force aye ama banaba obekono also profit from aban no in any way was a sanity dia me data biba e be data system bi you see officers of the party from the polling station could be up a party no akwa party no since 1992 ebisine party no betim den sa kase me party ni me eba ban mu no ebia se me mpo ne manya mfaso a me ba we bitimi nya mfaso ma no so me ba no ebia obomodin wo university pa and I say senior high or university na heading amame my by be a scholarship man what you see let me piska kakra bi dia yedwuma my by you know minya besia 5,000 10,000 and I share say me the top board here en kwa ni mu no na 10,000 no so ohweso ya na basic akese ama no 20,000 and unya ehho besia en kwa ni mu no na beye sika kase ama no nti kakra eno na no kase ode obeyisu data ni etimi dia boa amanfo a omoso aboa ama party no etimi aba aban mu no omoso nya aban no ho emfaso that's all that there is to data-based welfare system now. Okay, I think a quiet and nipan bebre and pass any penny in ambu energy because ko baby na me pajami mu no obeshasi akasa no ankasa nyankasa na nipa be I think it was the MP na akasa pajami ni mu kwa achiri na nanti bia mo na sanya MP ni nete ha no ni bitie no be me asem na obeka na be peti say so de hye bi ba me ho ato ni peti ndi MP wo de time bia no be kasa ja kasa na fama ma kirima na ni ntie on ye on nti ni aba so wo mu commentary amugina about ye running no so it means omatis wa ka baby they want to hear from for the news say yanso e betimenya chefa bi wo aban no ebeba ni mu ana. And I think people were really impressed with
the national campaign coordinator for Dr. Baumia 2026 presidential primaries no Honorable Osei Kyei Mensah Bunsu, a former MP for Swami, former majority leader, former minority leader, former minister for parliamentary affairs. About 916.
That's my old canon. From my deputy minority leader. I started as secretary to the caucus under G.H. Mensah in 1998. And I be any president for time I be deputy whip under Yabema. And actually me be Eastern region. Wow. And I be a chief whip when Yabema moved to the ministry. I be a chief whip. No catch be me. No, first Oseidu na be chief whip na me say wonder Oseidu. Oseidu be deputy leader. And I be a chief whip with Okechiri as my deputy. And wachi and I be deputy leader in 2000 for time 2008 when Felix Japan left to contest as presidential aspirant. And he was a leader and deputy when we lost and be a minority leader. And the leadership of Parliament today, I think I still have the record of being the longest serving MP in leadership of Parliament.
Every 17 minutes after 9, copy mechina 7 a.m. about to anniversary through to 2 p.m. and then you can declare no. And near my bay na overbore party for or more for titru umomu ye mama the tabamia no mo ko to abama no koko say omunye ahye ho omuna omho so they also mo ye de say omoye so that ye be wie no de ye hwehwe no ye nsabe to me aka ansana meja okwan kan mo ako
ayi ba ba ye koto no so medika aka che say e probi abedi ikonin media kosa
yeah.
Yeah, party constitution. So, the UPB our Beko Parliament. Article 94 of the Constitution, National Constitution. Actually, will say, Oba Parliament, Opposite Parliament. Article 94 no about the qualification and eligibility criteria. And the conditions now so satisfy. President, who is president, or Council Mkrono.
Yeah.
What catch will say the president should satisfy the conditions are set in Article 94 no, except that President no dear. I will say MPs no 21 years. Only 21 years I want to contest. President dear 40 years.
40 years.
So and the honor is a cyber say 40 years. MPs no oka say ebia okoye bonibi edwatum na say emfiedu abetwemu a. So after say we boni emfiedu abetwemu a itimi de chawo ma ultimate be contest as MP. Presidential candidate in there was a sad no yenyi mfiri ho once edi watumu no yentimi fa nchawo da. Say if you do after 10 years kra no yentimi emma reprieve say go and contest. What you say? But he ba me twa adwe gina sa ne ma no so say e wo se ehwe sa ne ma no. But first to start with your party constitution. The party constitution say your presidential candidates also satisfy nema me sati true was say oba economy anye bi no also di mfie no now you active article 13 clause 7 of the constitution yeah NPP constitution the kasa ba umia oba economy no wo mo pre no obi di mfie no no ba umia ba economy ebru mfie no 2008 Akufo-Addo boni din as presidential candidate any man party card so the party card the man no and the honor abeka say obeye party member ankasa eno na ma nipa bi obi ko gira be say oh ye ho party no so what you say or no say nipa na cancer nobody knows when exactly or be the party card but 2008 or the party card na answer na say no Bank of Ghana as deputy governor or Bank of Ghana we a staffer we a public servant. The constitution no as a public servant no omutimi active party politics and wunti ko party card. What you say? Inti oba 2018 obey a party member ankasa ne man card. The guy say your former general secretary bikwa ko say I wono na o kan ho ne man no ayi and just say ba omiano more or less just obey mu nchere. Wohwe the party constitution article 13 American wasem no o ka say presidential candidate was 5 years but running mate no so no say and also was 5 years except that running mate no there the National Executive Council no timi waive so 5 year no e ma no presidential candidate cannot be waived
okay
but running mate no timi waive ma no to say the MPs yes also 4 years. But MPs need to waive National Executive Committee need to waive man in special circumstances. So the presidential candidate need and once the man was nominated by then candidate Akufo-Addo, the bar neck man approval no. By extension of reasoning no na neck na waive so condition no say also 5 years no. The since then no was if you on qualify be 17 years. And the then we can say hey where whole party no and that's what by injury 17 years o party no say only 5 years only 17 years as serve as running mate for 8 years and then your friend say vice president for 8 years. Also by injury. But having said that, the second condition of party constitution was that the person should be of good character. Or anybody in party constitution no kase. The partner didn't be and also ye be a wosubampa. Also wosubampa because once you become the flag bearer and Yame Buana be a friend say Mampenia. Who now be Susudua Mamuni now? You become the role model for the entire country. That is why I say, and then Emma should buy and also should buy ye. Who should buy pa? Bromia, Medina Chino, Misubaino, Brofocasem, impeccable, without blemish. Or canipa boom or brassier, or bunipa. What you say? And inti, and I Petasician Proya and Crofocan will be about by moon fear watchy. Will be in me fa could be mono. What you say? When ye Kyei nipa. Libomia, or ye nipa. The next one, our party constitution, no cano, or say, Sanipano, I say it should be in good standing. Good standing, no, your party constitution, extreme, or say, what you would do, what you would live in the manema. What you say? The other strand, good standing, say, also projected the good image of the party. The Bomia, maybe Obeko Becasabiano. Obo party no de upa o peja party ne mu nyam kosoro onye obi a odi ntitimu bakuo no mu o kasa bia o kanipa bom. That is why yemu bi edi na chi a ye bon ho de upa say nipa we ne betimi aboye wo hwe ye national constitution so a ohene ba ye national constitution no ye de aban hye wonsa ene ma wo so wo ye no wa bono tofa or constitution mu a akuku baby a friend preamble no mu the preamble of the constitution enema e do man hye wonsa also wo ye enema miensa was say the dikai no would deepen the liberties of Ghanaians also the emra ebe ye dwuma ye toso mienu was say you should create equal opportunities for everybody. And the third one was the economy also managing in such a way so the prosperity or the mpuntu beba nipa bra bom no man mu sane me miens and the idea mu dru and the o probia or the sade mema no o hwe nipa ko nani so the vision of the person. You are looking at the sheer competence of the person, the competence level it is saying. You are looking at nipa no experience in governance. It is saying, we have a track record. A track record, no, a year. Say, Nya ye be paying about by muno, and dear Neman Wabe. We am Rashe Begenia, or Memu no Manchechere, ye dim ran a ye, ye am Rebino, wiping our children crowd and the saying. Woo, unim dear Womra Yemuno, and the saying, we am Rashe Begeni. Any of the children of mine. And you see, America, America is a flagship of presidential systems. And in Tina, we have 3 Enipami and Sambia. America, they be among the presidents. 1 year congressman. Embra, 2 a year governors. Because you try on man on baby near the amount. Such a tremendous here. The third group near vice presidents. Among and a year presidents of America. Do you have a frame on ono de sani mani mi ensenya no mfe ene was a confirm we don't come with the main cancer yeah obi na kai say I'm not afraid but I fear small any Donald Trump how is he managing America? Is he scattering America? Is he trumping America? Or he's trumpeting America? Then why you and the jam America for no right what I say enti so hwe we mu nyina amamu no me de baumia ani so adi hunu se na meka ni vision ni competence ni nimdie ni experience ni sua hunu ne track record ne ingenuity sɛ asɛm bi aba sɛ ne wɔsi dwene ho yɛkɔ ahokyerɛ mu na wɔsɛ no yɛmfa gold for oil mmra gold purchase mmra ɛna sɛ sɛ abɛbɔ yɛ economy ɛma economy no agyina baabi o agenda 111 ne de ba zip line hwɛ yɛkɔ nanu yɛkɔ drɔbɔnso NDC chairman a ɔwɔ drɔbɔnso yɛkɔ hɔ no ɔbɛbɔ papa n'aba so sɛ ɔwɔ kaa ne ba ɛnyɛ zip line ɛde aduro ɛbaayɛ ɛma yɛde triti akora na nka ne ba ne wuyi the NDC chairman nti ɔbɛbɔ papa n'aba so sɛ nea wayɛ ni ɔda n'ase ame nhyira no we went up north yɛnya saa nsɛm no bebree what you say somebody who can think outside the box aba na yɛsɛ o yɛbɛyɛ ɛnɛ Ghana ha ayi mobile money sɛ ne yɛsi de yie woyi wo sika fi bank kora bɛtɔ mobile account mu woyi sika fi mobile account mu akɔ bank account mu woyi from yɛfɛ no sɛ Vodafone ɛde akɔ ɔmo from sɛ Celtel Airtel Tigo and Telecel woyɛ saa nneɛma no nyinaa no you need to create a platform for the banks any telcos no any fintechs no ama saa groups no wanya common platform as far as the transfer of money are concerned obeye saa de no segment no mobile momo agents expansion in the momo obi so be major be 7,000 you say mo ye monye no so but segment no dey buy no mobile money agents no momo agents no I increased 2018 as of 2018 and ye be yes amra no ye be yes ayi no ABC 2024 when we are living 2018 na momo agents of Ghana ye 107,000 by close of 2024 no more increase it to 900,000. What it means is that a dream back on the juma and pim aha na aba system no sankrofo se segment na ma komo nkede no me ma mo sa akoma no one idea tell about me can dey bia say governance no ay ideas dey idea na be translated into policy na policy no so will be foundationed on law emra so emra she bedwani na say wo be pebia wo pedigree in parliament kura ne saying emra ye no what you say what you say what's your contribution emra ye no or parliament no contribution net saying ohineba ayi your constitution I can't say be in article 41 article 41 mama wa won kan adanse enti no bi ankaka se aso me Caribbean meboa article 41 wo de kan the preamble no wa be kan J wo si G me si J wo si G JK
okay
kan ho
so the preamble of the
article 41
1 okay 41
J in watch 41 this is not optical illusion.
Okay, I say duties of a citizen.
Precisely.
The exercise and enjoyment of rights and freedoms is inseparable.
Right.
From the performance of duties and obligations, and accordingly, it shall be the duty of every citizen.
It shall be the duty of every citizen. Kokai J, no?
J. Okay. To contribute.
No, J.
Okay. To declare his income.
To declare your income.
Honestly to the appropriate and lawful agencies, and to satisfy all tax obligations, and K. To protect
J no na mepe.
And safeguard the environment.
Well, J no.
Honestly.
Also declare your income honestly. na what so they are pay with taxes. What I say?
Yeah.
When you say MP, you go pay MP. You can say tax obligations.
Yeah.
It is saying what you are taxes. Who you president? You should do that. Constitution, you know.
Show.
Hana a show. What I say?
Yeah.
And they say also be pay president D. That's also a baby. You money say you want to be in a here. What's mentioned?
Na me kan GRA
Me kan GRA for ba me to. One into at one never be your mind. Whatever. These are serious matters.
Yeah.
Anyway, you fancy where when they mestre NPP for say yema nyame ne we mu no nkasa nkyerɛ. I'm happy say we can newspapers ne the major newspapers will be kasa no. Baumia. Is Baumia. Na nyakwa me na nante. And apart from nante ya nante no. What we have done you say yani nipa kasai. I started this whole enterprise from Kumasi when I came after I say reports in buy Ashanti by Professor Kyei by and I'm saying no, let's start. Baby, let's do some mobilization for him. And I'm starting with Kumasi. Met all constituency vice chairs, the first and second vice chairs. Then we went to a friend saying the next cohort secretary and the assistant secretary. We met the organizer, assistant organizers, met the women, met the youth organizer and assistant, Nasser and then the deputy, met the treasurer, communications, research for. We met everybody. You know, and they say what is called deep dive. A constituency for no akasa electoral area for no account. We went there and did that. And the age marshal Mensah omonye canvassing for Baumia. And I feel a deep dive. I feel a call any electoral area by electoral area. You know Mukushi. Spoke to them. You and say I feel any profiling. You or more constituency biano. Na we did that constituency by constituency, the whole Ghana 276 constituencies no the two hono a second one no echi ena Samira Baumia and so by and a sanko second profiling. Baby, Baumia no ankasa akọ we free hono. Yasa akọ ye third profiling. Ashanti region is the only region ya. Baby Baumia ba okono we free hono. Ye ntimi anye post Baumia profiling because oba wie you know say na nsa na wie na enra and na wuntimi nye. All constituencies we have done so. Now I can safely tell you, say Ashanti has you know, na ono unyama you know, a year profile you know. Ashanti was 71.8%, almost 72%. Na ba unyama, but bakwi we hope say a be impacted on sa way no. Until me feel say worst case scenario in Ashanti wait me 75% west
national so
national. From northern region to Bono Enclave, North to Western North, Western region, Central region, Eastern region, Greater Accra, Volta, and I can tell you, CCA, say we have 14 regions.
14 regions.
Out of 16. The 14, the two regions now, and you're sure of Volta and Central region.
So you are sure of winning Eastern region?
We are sure of winning the Eastern region. We are sure of winning Eastern region. Profiling nature, sir.
Is only
Central
Volta
region,
and
Central
then
region,
Central.
Bono. Central region, Bono. I'm telling you, say 50-50 CC. We can win by 55% in Central region.
So we win Eastern region.
Win Eastern region. Central region, there are six constituencies. And make say you need control over. the three regions, the three constituencies in the Asin enclave, even the Honorable Asin South, no. Since been the Kosunti,
Asin Central,
Asin South.
On our team for Joe. Okay.
Now, yeah, what they were. The same be a constituency, no. Main team say we may win. That is the three Asin constituencies.
So 6 constituencies in the central region.
Yes, no, because 6 years maybe minority leader. But minority leader or a close associate of Ken. Young couple pa no any businesses near there. And yes, ebi ane hono ebedi amai. Then there are 2 other constituencies in the
that suggests that
all the others
have to ask this.
All the others
support to Ken and as on support to but the constituents think
minia. Okay. Whenever minim journalists, you try to be neutral.
Yeah.
So biwo ebia unua wo raise mu a in spite of everything bia nkaba support unua no.
Yeah.
Mu jase munti mebwa.
Yeah.
Ebia papa wo mu a uni so papa no won kura obe support no. Won say papa hu say you didn't betray him. What you say? Na makacho say afenyo ni yonku brebone Ken.
Honorable Ken.
We my no. Sa elections in my one in the bibia. Obo kusiata free.
Yeah.
And you see ontimi nyai
right
ontimi nyai nechi ontimi panechi ubia be panechi a ontimi panechi what you say
so 6 constituencies in the central region.
I don't hold that
and a bit difficult.
Yes.
What about Greater Accra?
Greater Accra we are winning
because in the early days of the campaign now the story is coming from there. No,
Greater Accra no
wasn't
near a problem.
Okay.
Problem they say there are many centers of influence. Now I say ijabeko dia ni abanko. So akroma baba dia ni yakoko se mema. That kind of thing, and then we'll Greater Accra. So, but we've managed to. I called a meeting, involved all of them in Kasai, and then now there is a good working relationship.
And once again, you are sure of winning Eastern Region.
I'm sure.
The home region of
I'm sure.
Dr.
I'm telling
Brian
you.
Yao Okai
Echampo. Eastern region is not as uniform as Ashanti is.
Yeah.
What do I say?
Obia
wa enclave be a higher Krobo enclave, a higher Chim enclave. What do I say? A higher, a for Oba Kushnoa, Cape Coast. And the dynamics are different. What do I say? And I make a say 6 constituencies. Dear, I cannot say when.
And then said water region.
And pay many water region. You see, I also yes, Animana. Say the regional team no. I'm if you say any age man no munye they were against Belmia. And I feel no matter no say on person we can't even trust them. They are call people they be ejuma. But some of them very clear in their mind. They wanted genuinely to help. Because for us to trust in Tino, because be able to their call, that kind of thing. And then I create problem of water region. Am I
so 14 out of 16?
I'm telling you.
Percentage
nationwide. Before Belmia and the Ashanti, I would say that answer the Yebeko and you call regions need be a factor into it. Now they call about 65%.
65.
About 65%. Now it didn't include 4 regions. Greater Accra, Northern region, and Ashanti region. I believe we say your factor sign we will go higher.
Above 65.
You go above 65. So realistically, anything between 68-72%. That's what I'm looking at.
That means tomorrow, science is winning over prophecy or spirituality.
Masa, I don't put any credence on a so-called prophecy. No, I don't. God does not double speak. God does not double speak. So then I'm not one side of the mouth, a kasa, one side the another side of the mouth, I can different thing. Say nyame aye nyina som no no a. Nyame kron na nyina som no. God doesn't do that. So as of no say nyame kron na ye nim no no a. Na one group be ko say nyame say we na be wini. Na ru ko say nyame we na be wini. Aye nyame say we nipa we na be wini. That's not the nature of God. The God that I serve, no, that's not his nature.
Right.
And then say no, many of them now done many elections on any amount of prophecy. No. This country, individuals say what they need and elections. Let me say empire they here. Now say I don't believe in that. Me jidi ni say nyame ofrewo ohineba nyame frewo na omanedifo ebe ka kire wo say ohineba nyame say obeye wo odifo, right? Now sorry, one step out to go and work. Now shawo demo de bia bompa ye chine kom eka kasafufuro wanko ye dwuma obema nyame ayo trofo. God's calling biampo involves hard work. Ofre Abraham no maybe out here free ho your comfort zone if you ko okrewe so koye dwuma, I'll bless you. That was the beginning. Obi anyame be friend bia odi adwuma hye nsa koye.
All right.
Enti adwuma ya ye no no say nyame bi hira so. That they make catch nam they asre in all this no. Obi a ono so obe mu bia so ye NPP ni o. Obi a ono so born into bia ye NPP ni. Otre bia you say akomfa obi foforo a ho. Ya na ye no so abenche nkofo dada. Whenever I come for before we were being confident. Achina we determine.
Let me say me my was sorry akona wo kokra no.
Yes sir.
In this campaign and someone abba me bia no she be a direct attack to the former vice president there. Onkasa onia no constituency bia ogina okasa wan kasa anye 1 hour but omo ho wa on nyewe. In his closet on the tewo on the dinkomo has there been a time that obidi hu nkomo ahano odia wo hu how he's being treated to that or your hawk near the day? Does he complain about these things?
Oh, make I say we discuss these matters. Oh, nipa. So Okase bia emfano ho kra de anake say he cease to be a human being. We nipa asana ya ye ne ya.
Right.
Sometimes na you feel say the party has not been protective enough. Maybe why if it's a party no anya strong, the center anya strong and set rules no ye amani pe bi tra red line yen kan bi ankyere wo mo e hadwen ba me fi se be edro no wo se manage ya manage ya
e be drusi
ade be dusi e china na ye wie a enka bo mu nti no na fe ye hu se ne besi esisi ejina ye. But going forward no afi ne be hu se dey say the necessity bio because yin him say and someone nipa bi kikaye and then this for use you tia ye reports in na kire say and someone
nipa am come so much say compile bio.
Yes, and someone nipa bi kaye e kan hu bi na ma ye lose you. Why do we have to go back and repeat these same things? Me ye beto aba no me call Bui. Na menu yakuma wo me fa ne constituency. Maybe I could be no. Ahmed Ibrahim na Ibrahim was me honorable the minister for local government. Na we bia be fa bia no information centers e wo no. Asa ya bope. Omu nyina nsema nipa ne bia keka fa baby ho no. E na mo. Na me friend no say Ahmed na dey na wo ye wo yi. O say leader say me dey menya wi. Wo mo nkrofo na aka. Say be omia ye de man wontimi emu o mani onye ne kwafo anemu ne ade ndem de ne mo kan na me de medi ho adanse a kire me nkrofo say mo na mo kasa no say basa wonim say so mo nipa ne kan nya ne kure o say no ntokwa de ni formula akeka nyina aka ho me say na me ne sere but it was serious now as if we haven't learned any lessons we go can say me to be so wow boss na yakogina baby no aka asembi na obi anwene e de akɔhye be omi akon na odidi natem your attention is drawn to the fact that there be on cancer anyo na asem no kra wo kan e be pa ho chawa na me pa ho chawa. If we had a strong party at the center which is going to take a place, can you call the person to order? But yeah, baby be drain no yemfa sa ne ntaba ne china if we are lessons I be learning from it no going forward no you see ehunu mpre no yende ehunu mpre no ne mprensa so de ne si ehunu ne timi twitwa sa de no. Sometimes you must decapitate nuisance so that it will not have further procreation. I was say timi yes anya sa da bia sa ne mebeba
me da sa no pay
miss me da se kwanya de mame
right
the me sorry the make seminar no se china no anye ntokwasem na betresem ne yakɔkyere adwenkyere kwa nti mo bia mfa basabasa bia ma ne nkrofo ke ahya se ke kan no pay propaganda omode ba yes Samira the sike bia base mfa ma electoral area coordinators ne constituency executives na Dr. Lolo nso the checks bia ba se mfa ma constituency executives ne abusafo ne nyina nya na kore. They want to create disaffection.
Yeah.
Na polling station for na mokoto aba no mo de yi mo firi mo mo de mo nka ho o se ya mankrofo emu ya mbro mo checks there's no kwasem bia enim the mesre busafo say they should disregard sa new propaganda na mo de ba no se mo say nkrofo adwe no na obi ankoto na ba asondwie mu ewia the party ni be yi no media me gise be yi Dr. Baumia ba menyanyame so percentages are making the enya on the ground. But at the Chabians no more sen. Ebia na de mechi no obi asesa na dwen. So make as me to ma Baumia de so menya ntoma no. Anazo make as me ntoma Baumia de nanso nya akoso nyina meto ama no. It could change, percentages could change. Kakra. I know is be change 1-2% to be.
Yeah.
But let's stay on course. Never abotreni abudwe ento aba no. Nema party nani munyam no empeja. Yemini party no. Individuals. That's it.
So meda say enunti yemfa nunsia na part 2 no Ralph say usu ya twema beja North Constituency Secretary Dr. Solomon Kwati Fuko is here. Dr. Samsonoma is also here. And ye quite till 12 a.m. It's all about NPP's 2026 presidential primaries. Me sorry ya achimkwaba betrasi achimkwa sorry ya Kyei sorry ya Abu Prabeba. Then we'll be giving the documentaries, campaigns, na echna anopa 5 a.m. na yesign ewa hano. Bashaba mame share videos we kakra na mene Dr. Fukumu ensa metrasi na yento asoi. Mame njo we
President Akufo member will show down. Vice President member will show down. So, Mama Chase Mimi agent. I'm not going to shut them. What do you bet? What do you bet? Yes, the challenge President Akufo anytime. President Akufo member will show down. Vice President member will show down. So, Mama Chase Mimi agent. I'm not going to shut them. What do you best? What do you best in your best? Yes, me challenge President Kufuor anytime.
I've never seen a liar like our former flag bearer on air. He's a liar. Say, Edubuahin, one contested because not Oya. This man is a liar. Today, I tell you, he's a liar. You shouldn't vote for a liar. A man who is lying to have power. Wow. Won't hear the history. Edubuahin, occur 1992. And we winning. And occur general election. And we lose you. 1996. The former black flag bearer, Ejine Kumasi, Kasena Edubuahin Yare. Kufuor contested Edubuahin in 1996, and Kufuor BT Edubuahin, Edibeye flag bearer. He was fighting to go on the post, and they did not agree. And we contested. I will pay power. Obi abedi o mining now to be detro e distorto history say mesra mamonto abama because munuam obi a man nickname so a liar more than bar we're a liar and the people are not going to vote for him. He's not a trustworthy person. When I heard him yesterday saying that, I said, what? A presidential candidate
like you, a stupid asshole, motherfucker, a stupid asshole, motherfucker.
Wow, we cheap. And all the cancer phone.
A failed lawyer. Come and talk trash. You shouldn't try. But you came to my house at East Legon begging for common t-shirt. An idiot like you. Who are you?
Respect yourself. I'm not an idiot like you.